You decide it is finally time to lose weight. You drastically cut your calories, you start skipping meals, and you force yourself to do hours of exhausting cardio. At first, you feel a sense of victory because the number on the scale is plummeting. You are losing weight fast. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But a few weeks later, you look in the mirror and something is deeply wrong. Clothes fit a bit looser, sure, but your body looks softer. You are constantly drained, posture is sagging, and that belly fat hasn't actually gone anywhere. You think you are burning fat. You are not. You are experiencing a terrifying biological process. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the dangerous hidden biology of crash dieting. We are exploring the phenomenon of starvation mode and why aggressive calorie cutting forces your body to literally cannibalize its own skeletal muscle and even its own heart tissue just to keep you alive. Most importantly, we are going to look at the exact science of how to trick your body into sparing your hard-earned muscle and finally burning that stubborn visceral fat. Please take a moment to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand why crash diets destroy your body, we have to look at how your brain demands energy, specifically through a biological process called gluconeogenesis. Your brain is an absolute energy hog. Even when you are sleeping, your brain requires a constant, steady stream of glucose to function. When you go on a severe crash diet, let's say you drop your intake to a miserable 1,000 or 1,200 calories a day, you are completely depriving your body of the external energy it needs to run its basic operations. Your brain senses this massive deficit and goes into full-blown panic mode. It needs sugar immediately. Because you aren't eating enough, your liver steps in to save your life. It initiates a pathway called gluconeogenesis, which literally translates to the creation of new sugar. But where does the liver get the raw materials to make this sugar? It gets it by ripping amino acids directly out of your skeletal muscle and also fat. Your liver literally harvests your biceps, your quadriceps, your shoulders, and yes, even the smooth muscle of your internal organs, converts that tissue into glucose and ships it to the brain. You are actively cannibalizing your own physical armor. Now, a very logical question arises. Why on earth would your body eat its own muscle when you have plenty of body fat available to burn? The answer lies in our evolutionary biology. Your body does not know that you live in the modern world with grocery stores on every corner. When you severely restrict your calories, your primal brain believes you are in the middle of a brutal, life-threatening winter famine. In a famine, your body has to make ruthless decisions to survive. Visceral fat, that deep belly fat wrapping your organs, is your body's ultimate, most dense survival battery. Your body desperately wants to hold on to that battery for as long as possible. Skeletal muscle, on the other hand, is metabolically incredibly expensive. Muscle tissue requires a massive amount of calories just to exist. Think of your muscle mass like a massive V8 engine in a truck, and your body fat as the gas tank. If you are running out of gas in the middle of a desert, your body's solution is to rip the V8 engine out and replace it with a tiny lawnmower engine to conserve fuel. It sacrifices the expensive, calorie-burning muscle tissue in order to protect and hoard the visceral fat. And this famine response is amplified by a massive hormonal shift, specifically a massive spike in your body's primary stress hormone, cortisol. A massive calorie deficit is perceived by your nervous system as severe trauma. A comprehensive 2021 clinical review on metabolic adaptation confirmed that aggressive, sustained caloric restriction chronically elevates circulating cortisol levels. Cortisol is highly catabolic, meaning its primary job is to break tissue down. When your cortisol levels are chronically spiked from starving yourself, it chemically accelerates the breakdown of your muscle tissue, flooding your bloodstream with amino acids to be used for emergency energy. This constant state of biological stress is why crash dieters feel so incredibly anxious, fatigued, and weak. Your body is fighting a war against itself. And the casualty of this war is your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. This leads us to the absolute tragedy of the yo-yo dieting cycle. Your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories your body burns at rest just to keep your heart beating and your lungs breathing. The single biggest driver of your BMR is how much skeletal muscle you carry. When you lose 10 pounds on a crash diet, you might be thrilled. But the harsh reality is that 5 of those pounds were likely water and precious, metabolically active muscle tissue. Because you lost that V8 engine, your BMR permanently drops. Your body now requires significantly fewer calories to survive than it did before you started the diet. Eventually, the crash diet ends, because no human being can starve themselves forever. You go back to eating your normal maintenance level of food. But because your metabolism is now severely suppressed, those normal calories are now a massive surplus. Your body rapidly stores all that extra food as pure, highly inflammatory visceral fat to prepare for the next famine it thinks is coming. You regain the weight. You are back to your starting weight of 180 pounds, but your body composition has radically changed. You have vastly less muscle and vastly more fat. Your body fat percentage is significantly higher. You are quite literally fatter, softer, and metabolically unhealthier while weighing the exact same amount. This is why quick fixes are biological traps. So, how do we break the cycle? How do we convince the body that it is safe to burn the belly fat while preserving our physical armor? It comes down to 2 non-negotiable rules. First, we have to hit a critical protein threshold. You cannot starve your body into health. You have to nourish it into health. If you want to lose body fat safely, you must maintain a small reduction or at base, sustainable calorie ingestion, not a crash diet, while drastically increasing your protein intake. A landmark 2018 clinical trial out of McMaster University demonstrated this beautifully. Researchers found that if subjects consumed a high-protein diet, roughly 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of their target body weight, while in a caloric deficit, they could successfully preserve their lean muscle mass. By keeping a constant supply of high-quality dietary amino acids in your bloodstream, you are essentially tricking your liver. The liver sees the amino acids floating by and says, "Okay, we have plenty of raw materials coming in from our food. We don't need to initiate gluconeogenesis. We don't need to eat the biceps today." You chemically protect the muscle by keeping the supply lines full. But protein alone is not enough. You have to give the body a profound reason to keep the muscle around. And that brings us to the second non-negotiable rule. You must lift heavy weights. Cardio is fantastic for your heart, but excessive cardio during a calorie deficit will only accelerate muscle loss. To stop starvation mode muscle cannibalism, you must introduce heavy mechanical tension. When you lift challenging weights, you are sending the most powerful biological signal possible directly to your central nervous system. You are telling your brain, "I need this muscle tissue to survive the physical demands of my environment. It is critical for my existence." When you combine a sustainable deficit, a high protein intake, and heavy resistance training, the magic finally happens. Your body says, "I cannot burn the muscle because we need it to lift these heavy loads. I cannot eat the biceps because there are plenty of amino acids in the blood. Therefore, I have no choice but to finally open up the survival battery. I must burn the visceral fat." This is how you achieve true, lasting body recomposition. Here is the doctor's verdict. Nourish yourself and stop starving. I want you to permanently delete the phrase crash diet from your vocabulary. Your body is a miraculous, highly intelligent machine that is always trying to protect you. When you starve it, it panics. But when you nourish it with ample protein, challenge it with heavy resistance, and give it time, it will reward you by building a metabolism that feels like a furnace. You deserve to feel strong, fed, and powerful. Stop chasing a lower number on the scale at the expense of your health, and start building the metabolic armor that will protect you for the rest of your life. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What is one high-protein, nourishing meal you are going to prioritize this week to protect your metabolism? Let's build sustainable strength together. Until next time, stay curious, stay resilient, and take care of your armor. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.